Hey, Aunt Laura, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
You know, this is, let's see, today is August the 9th, 2012, and we're getting ready to celebrate your 85th birthday. So, we're going to sit down and you're going to share some words of wisdom and family history with us. Would you start off just talking a little bit about your mom and dad and them, where they met, where they married, and
Uh, Mom and Daddy met in Hill County, Texas. They lived near a little town called Malone, which I don't think is in existence anymore. Mama was about 20 and Daddy was almost 29. He had been married before. His first wife had died from tuberculosis. And I don't know how long it was after she died that they met each other and began going together. Nor can I tell you exactly how long the courtship lasted. They were married in 1907. Daddy was 29 and Mama was 20 or 21. Mark was born in August of 1908. And from that point on, they had children about every 2 years until they had the joy of their life, which was me, as the last one. Daddy was a farmer. He was a good farmer, but he was one of those men who always saw that he would have better luck if he only moved 100 miles or 200 miles or somewhere in a different direction. And they spent their time living about 2 years in one place and then moving somewhere else. At the time I was born, we lived on the east side of Decatur. And I was named for two of the neighbor ladies, Laura Bryant and Ethel Kerr. So that's how Laura Ethel got situated. We moved from the east side of Decatur to the west side. We lived in two different places there. Daddy was always a farmer, and of course with the boys to help, he did a very good job with whatever he did. We always had chickens, we always had hogs, we didn't raise beef cattle because we didn't have any way to secure the meat if we killed. So the only beef that we kept was the milk cows and calves to sell. When I was about 5 years old, we moved from Wise County to Montague County and lived near Stoneburg. And it was at Stoneburg that I started to school. We had a fairly good-sized farm there, and we raised cotton, of course. One aside, I must tell you, we all picked cotton, and we'd be out there picking away, and it would start to mist, and we'd say, "Daddy, it's going to rain. Don't you think we need to go to the house?" "Oh, no, it's just sprinkling." So we kept picking until he got ready for us to go to the house. After we left Montague County, we moved to Paget, and that's where I went to school at Paget, where Mark was the principal, and there were two teachers, other teachers, and so I went to school there until I was in the 3rd grade, and then I was in the 5th grade, and then we moved to Paradise, and we lived in Paradise from the time I was 9 years old until Mom and Daddy both died in 1973. 1953. Just got my years mixed up. Okay.
okay, what did Grandma say on that last move?
"Harvey, this is the last time I'm moving." And it was.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Laura, if you don't mind, would you give us a rundown of all your siblings, their names, and what year they were born?
Okay. maybe I can. Mark was born in 1908. His name was Mark Harold Whittenburg. And then Mellie May was added in about 12 months later. And she was, of course, their pride and joy. But when she was 6 years old, she had appendicitis. And at that time, 1910 or 1911, there was no help much for appendicitis, so she died. And before this, so Wayne was born, let's see, Mark was born in 1908, Mellie was born in 1909, Wayne was born in about 1912, I would say, or 11 or 12. Then Lewis came 2 years later. Everybody, on certain years, we were all even age. On other years, we were odd. So it came 2 years about between each of us. And then Wayne was followed by Lewis. Lewis was followed by Glenn. Glenn was followed by Horace. And Mama thought she would never have another girl. But she had 3 of them, Bonnie, Althea, and Laura.
Okay.
So that pretty well rounded out the family. Mark went to school to Decatur Baptist College, and he started teaching then at Paradise. And he became enamored and involved with Gwendolyn, who was a student in the high school. And they married in 19... what? Stop it.